Happy morning, darlings! It is so good to be back with all of you.
Happy morning.
The best part. Happy morning, happy morning. The best part of your year starts. Uh, there is such a beautiful group of people.
Happy morning.
Happy morning, darlings. There is such a beautiful group of people who wait for this end of June, beginning of July season to come. Yesterday, I was speaking with a friend of mine, Meher Padamji, and I asked her that would you like to come at 7 a.m. in the morning? And she said, "What? Sunday morning, 7 a.m. You guys must be really passionate about what you do." And I said, it's not just me, but along with me, there will be about 500 more very passionate people who will be waking up not just at 7, but probably at 6:15, 6:30, having their morning cup of chai and getting ready for the session to happen. We are very excited about Keep Moving Movement this year. And in about 10 minutes time, I'll start discussing with you about the session. In a meeting with the area commanders and the city commanders, I was telling them that this session, the first session of Keep Moving Movement 2020, might be the most powerful session that we have ever taken. And before 9 o'clock, we will have the judgments out whether it was actually the most powerful session or not. You know, in the last 3 years, the first sessions has been so incredible that it set the base for the whole year to happen. It gave us the leeway, it gave us the possibilities, it gave us the foundation to excel in all the sessions to come later on. So let's see what is it that we can do this year. Before we go ahead with the actual session, I am delighted to share with you certain facts and certain numbers which have come beautifully well. So let me do what Zoom allows me to do. Let me share my screen with all of you. Now look at this over here. The current number of registrations that has happened in KMM is about 774. This year we are going global in the sense we have volunteers from 9 countries. There are people who have volunteered from 148 cities. You know, thanks to technology, this magic is possible where Indians who are staying in 9 countries, besides India, 8 more countries, now they have volunteered to become a part of KMM. And I'm sure in coming years, these numbers will just keep growing and multiplying. Because there is a possibility of training digitally, we have volunteers from 148 cities. Till now, the maximum number of volunteers that we had was from about 55 cities. And this year from 55, it has just zoomed to 148 cities. Now there is something else which is very interesting. The number of women is 48% and the number of men is only 42%. So ladies, congratulations. You have beaten the men thumbs down. Last year, we had 51% men and 49% women, and this year the numbers have just changed. Another very interesting pie chart which is there, which all of you can see, the number of people who are students is 18%. And even in the number of students who are 18%, you can see something very interesting. The number of people who are less than 18 years are 14 numbers. The number of people who are between 18 and 25 are 135 in numbers. Between 25 to 50 is 502. Above 50 and up to 60 is 75. Above 60 years we have 19. And above 70 we have 3 people. Now, besides this, a very interesting number that I wanted to share with all of you is the number of homemakers is 14, which means we have to buck up over there and get more and more powerful homemakers involved. The number of people who are into business, who are into professions is 68%. These are very interesting insights. Here is another set of insights. As far as the registrations of the schools are concerned, we have registrations from 5 states, 25 cities, 131 schools, and 317 divisions. Now, these 317 divisions come from only the 10th standard, and we are going to get the 9th standard immediately, which means we will have not less than 635 straight away. But over about 15 days, I'm expecting the number of divisions to go up to at least 1,000 divisions, which will be massive, much more than we have ever done before. Only in 10th standard, there are 2 kinds of schools that we have as of now. And this is where volunteers, your personal attention would be very high. One is a kind of school which says we want live sessions where children in their home will be watching and a volunteer from KMM will be taking a live session. This is what is called as synchronized teaching nowadays, where everything is going in sync together. And then of course we have schools which are from economically low background, schools where they may not have children who have smartphones and mobiles and laptops in their home. Now, these schools have requested us for recorded sessions where we'll record, we'll put it up on YouTube, we'll share the link with them, and they will see the link at their convenience. Now so you see the number of people who want recorded and the number of people who want live is almost the same as of now. A few other highlights. Marathi medium, we have 153, which means local language principals are much more in control. They are taking brilliant initiative. They're adapting to technology. English speaking schools are 143. Many schools have not yet started functioning properly. So across the next 10 to 15 days, we are expecting this number to go up. We have 10 sessions which will be taken in Urdu. In Hindi, we have 7. In Gujarati, we have 4. Now that Gujarati will go up, the Kannada will go up, the Hindi will go up, the English will go up. This is how things are going to move in the next few days. Key highlights, which is what is written over there. Female volunteers 58 compared to 49 last year. I am super excited with this. 148 cities from 60 cities in 2019. Sorry, not 55. Now, out of all the volunteers that we had, there are 66 volunteers who have attended PST, with 35% of them completing 100%. Now, why this is important is these 35% people are going to get the schools allocated first and others will be allocated later on. Cities with more than 10 volunteers have grown by 25% this year, and there are 2 brand new cities with more than 10 volunteers that we have added this year. Now, these are some of the data points that is there which I wanted to share with all of you. And with this, I'm very excited to tell you that looks like as of now, it's going to be a brilliant KMM this year. We believe in numbers. When these schools are going through a lot of chaos, we still have crossed more than 50% of registrations, which is massive. In this crisis where 50% plus schools are saying we would like to get trained by Keep Moving movement, that's a very, very beautiful thing to happen. And in times to come, these numbers are going to go up. Before I proceed, I must say thanks to 2 individuals. One, Paresh Shah, for having given us those extraordinary snapshots of statistics. Trust me, the data that we have is huge. Sometimes a lot of that data is corrupted. And to make sense of all that data effortlessly, this genius called Paresh comes into being, who sat till late last night to create that beautiful presentation about what the numbers of Keep Moving movement is showing as of now. The second person to whom unlimited appreciation has to go is to Joe, who brilliantly created this year's PST. And the PST, people tell me, is mind-blowing. They had a lot of fun in doing it. They learned a lot. Personally, I've been told by a few people that the way they have their Zoom sessions now has changed. The way they do video recording has changed. The way they are very efficient in their meetings have changed. The way they can emote, express and connect to people even through Zoom meetings has changed. And that is the beauty about anything that we do in Keep Moving movement. It is not only about going inside a classroom and giving a speech. It is actually transforming your own life in the process of making an impact in many lives. So Joe, along with his very dedicated team, especially two more young kids, Tahera and Aditya, have done such a fabulous job. So I request all of you for a round of celebrations and appreciation for Paresh, Joe, Aditya and Tahera. Thank you. Now, let's move on with the actual session. In my childhood, I was not a talented person at all. In fact, I had no talent. Even today, I believe I don't have talents. There are some people who are born with natural abilities. There are some who naturally get the spotlight. There are some who are naturally liked by others. I didn't have any one of this as a part of my life. I was a very shy, very ordinary person. But I have been managing to do decently well in life. In the course of these 50 years of my life, what I have seen is not necessarily talent wins. In fact, talent is a terrible indicator of what a person might end up in life as. When we do coaching program in life school, I've seen many talented people come inside the classroom. Natural flamboyance, natural greatness, beautiful voice, they carry themselves gracefully. But not all who are talented made it really big. But as I look around, I believe that in the world, there is no shortage of great talent. Talent is a terrible indicator of how one performs in life. Just to give you an example, have you heard of this guy called Srishant? Srishant, that cricketer? This fellow. Have you heard about him? Do you know about him? Do you know when he began his career, he impressed people like nobody's business. His breakthrough performance came in the series that India had in 2008 versus South Africa, 2006 in South Africa. In the first test match at Johannesburg, maintaining a perfect wrist position, landing the ball in brilliant places and swinging the ball both ways, Srishant grabbed 5 wickets to skittle out South Africa for only 84 runs in their first innings. After that, South Africa could not recover and India went on to win their first ever test match in South African soil. Do you believe that? First ever match in South Africa that India won, Srishant was the man of the match of that cricket test. But after that, what happened? Srishant was banned from cricket. Hey, by the way, do you know why Srishant was banned? Those of you who are cricket followers, let's have a poll. Let's find out how good your knowledge is. Okay, here is a poll on your screen. You can choose anyone. Why do you think Srishant was banned from playing international cricket? Was it because he was appreciating Rahul Gandhi? Was it he was doing video commercials? Was it he was doing match fixing? Or was it that he wanted to get married and he said, Baba, hum to shadi karega, and his teammates said, if you are going to get married, I'm going to ban you from cricket. अरे results भी आ गए. Can you share the results? This is a very smart group of people, huh? Very, very smart. Are Baba, when a poll comes, you're not supposed to comment in the chat box. There will be a poll thingy which will come on the screen. In that, of the 4 options, click on one. ना थोड़ी उंगलियों का इस्तेमाल कीजिए सुबह सुबह, आपको भी मजा आएगा, और हमने मेहनत करके जो बनाया है हमको भी मजा आएगा. However, his on-field antics and off-field antics created a lot of turbulence. He even irritated Captain Cool Mahendra Singh Dhoni, where in 2011 World Cup tournament, Mahendra Singh Dhoni was commented as saying, Srishant should focus on irritating the opponents and not his own team members. Srishant was involved in multiple controversies. From the Slapgate controversy which happened involving Harbhajan Singh in IPL 2008 to, you are right, in the spot fixing scandal in IPL 2011, which resulted in the BCCI applying a life ban on him. Hugely talented guy. People said after Zahir Khan, if India has a swing bowler which can swing beautifully in both sides, it was Srishant. But he ended up as a disaster. On the other side, you will also see a lot of very ordinary people who went to surpass all the expectations that the world had from them. Ordinary people who went on to surpass all the expectations that people had from them. Who are these people? You know, people like Akshay Kumar, Rajnikant, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. If you look at their life, you know the struggles Akshay Kumar had, where he had to work as a waiter. Rajnikant worked as a bus conductor. MS Dhoni worked as a train ticket collector. No godfather, no glamorous looks, nobody to guide them, not even the first choice of their career. From a boy coming from Ranchi, that time Jharkhand, no international cricketer has come from that part. And going on to dominate the Indian cricket team so well, where everybody in the world says he's the coolest cricketer you have ever seen. Rajnikant, all of us know. Akshay Kumar, the way he's created his life, he creates his movies off late. Every movie that he has created inspires a person who watches that. Very ordinary people who have gone on to live extraordinary lives. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, have you ever thought what is happening? Why people with talent in so many cases end up being very ordinary, and why people who are so ordinary go on to live extraordinary life? What is the secret? What is actually happening? I mean, not only people who are ordinary who went on to live extraordinary lives, there have been so many people who met with huge tragedies and yet bounced back brilliantly well. Our own Amitabh Bachchan, he met with a huge injury and yet he bounced back big. Hey, by the way, again, movie fans, do you remember which was the movie where Amitabh met with an accident? Okay, here is going to be a poll once again on your screens. Which is that movie where Amitabh got injured? I am giving you 10 seconds to answer. Coolie, Mard, Diwar, Andha Kanoon. Okay, as life going on, my good lord. Diwar, na? 24 of you are saying Diwar, 16 of you are saying a Mard, and OMG, Coolie seems to be winning hands down. Yay! I know one thing for sure now. You have got your Bollywood knowledge brilliantly well. You have got your cricket knowledge brilliantly well. You know, Amitabh met with this huge accident on the screen, on the shooting of Coolie with Puneet Isar, and he was in the hospital about to die. Millions of people were praying from him all over. It was a bad scene. After such an injury, to come back to even act would have been a great achievement. And look at what he has done with his life. Today, if you open the TV, if you see advertisements, 4 out of 10 advertisements have Amitabh. And that guy is close to 75 years, yeah. And yet seems to be the busiest actor, having the most fantastic movies being made on him. When somebody goes through that kind of an injury and then comes back, bounces back to be right at the top, what is happening here? What is the secret? Let me tell you about another guy who inspires me tremendously. Yuvraj Singh. Yuvraj Singh. He was the heartthrob. He was one of those guys who was responsible for India winning the World Cup in 2011. He can create fear in the minds of the opposition. And he went through a life-threatening disease. Hey, guys, do you know what was the life-threatening disease that he had? Let's have another poll. Let me see how is your knowledge about Yuvraj Singh, and do you like Yuvraj Singh as much as I like him, and have you followed what is it that he has been going through in his life? And I'll tell you a little later a few more interesting things about him. By the way, let's see what do you think. He fought which disease and came back? Let me see how many of you choose COVID-19 and loose motions. Arey, koi bhi nahi. OMG. Once again, this looks like a hands down. 392 of you have chosen cancer. Nobody else has chosen anything else. Again, this group of people, their sense of knowledge about Yuvraj Singh is brilliantly brilliant. One of my friends is saying the options are hilarious. Hey, come on, yaar. I mean, we were thinking about what could be life-threatening, and we thought the last one was the most interesting. Trust me. Isn't that interesting? You know, Yuvraj Singh came back from cancer not only to come back competitive cricket, but also to represent India in an international test match, and he went on to score a century against England. Once again, my question. You know, the name of the word cancer is scary. Somebody having cancer is scary. Somebody going through chemotherapy and everything else is scary. A part of your body is not functioning well and people will tell you, take it easy, relax. That's what people would want to do after such a threatening disease, somehow survive and maybe live a normal life. But a competitive sport as competitive as cricket, and he comes back, and he not only comes back, he plays a test match, not a T20. And in there scores a century. Massive. Massive. What is happening? Let me ask all of you now, and this is the time for you to choose the chat button to put your thoughts. What is the secret here? What do these guys who come from ordinary backgrounds seem to do or think by which they scale such heights? What is it these guys who have been the kings of their work and then go through something which makes them complete zero and then go on to excel? Would you like to predict what is going on inside them, what is the secret of them doing what they do, from ordinary to extraordinary, from big tragedies to again top of the world. Extraordinary. Let your thoughts come. Let your thoughts come. See if you can predict, and in those predictions, can you anticipate what is going to happen in today's session? I give you 10 more seconds to put in your thoughts. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. Now let's go to something extremely simple. I assume that all of you have a piece of paper next to you. I assume that all of you also have a pen with you. Okay. Now, in case you don't have, then run somewhere and get a piece of paper and get a pen. In that time, let me share something very beautiful with you. You know, life is all about the stories that we tell ourselves. Our full life is nothing but the stories that we tell ourselves. What is the stories that you tell yourself? Remember your childhood? Do you remember your childhood? If not, let's go back to the childhood. When I was a young boy, class 8, 9, 10, I was fascinated by Mithun Chakravarti. A movie had come called Suraksha and Vardat, where Mithun Chakravarti acts as Gunmaster G9. I decided to have some fun when we were having and planning this session. Mithun Chakravarti in Gunmaster, that's exactly the dress he would wear. Can you imagine that? Full yellow Gunmaster G9, Mithun Chakravarti, and in the background Bappi Das music will be there. You remember that classic song like Yar Bina Chin Kahari, Pyar Bina Chin Kahari. But that was the time when Mithunda was at its peak and I was in Calcutta, darlings. Calcutta means that time Mithun was the biggest actor in the country and Gunmaster G9 in this movie had come. It was so fascinating to see. I saw this movie 3 times, Vardat and Suraksha. 2 movies in which he acted as Gunmaster G9, where he was a spy like James Bond. Who else? James Bond. And I would love James Bond movies, man. When I would see James Bond movies, I would be so thrilled. I would be thrilled with James Bond. After seeing a James Bond movie, I would come out and I will be like, and in that music, I will also be having a kind of gun near my hips and they're shooting the tires of the car, imagining that there are going to be some villains over there and I will be the hero of our country doing some spy work. Our entire childhood is of stories, right? Haven't you played a teacher-student game? Haven't you played doctor-patient games? And we would visualize, wow, that this is going to happen. I am a doctor, and you would visualize a career for yourself. As girls, haven't you visualized the life where you have gone on to become a very pretty air hostess? And in fact, how many of you have done your Gudiya Ka Shadi? The other day, Jo was narrating a very interesting way in which she would sit behind the cycle like this and go around the entire society telling everybody, आज हमारे यहाँ गुड़िया की शादी है आप लोग आना, आज हमारे यहाँ गुड़िया की शादी है आप लोग आना. And she would visualize herself as the host where hundreds of guests are coming. That's what our childhood is all about, right? The most beautiful part about our childhood is the stories that we have told ourselves. My darling friends, ordinary people who went on to live extraordinary lives, people with tragedies who conquered those tragedies to rise at the top, are people who knew how to tell extraordinary stories about their future to themselves. Your life is your stories. The kind of life you create will be the kind of stories that you tell yourself. Walt Disney had expired, and the biggest Walt Disney amusement park in US had not yet been launched. About 1.5 years after Walt Disney's death, the park was inaugurated, the biggest Walt Disney park. Roy Disney, Walt Disney's brother, was there in the inauguration. And as the press reporters were asking him questions, one fellow asked him, do you wish Walt Disney was alive to see this park? And Roy Disney answered, because Walt Disney saw this park has become a reality. Walt Disney had created the story inside his head of creating the best amusement park in the whole world. Because he saw that story, the reality happened. We tell ourselves stories, but so often the stories that we say are not powerfully positive. So often the stories that we say are powerfully negative. Let's do an exercise here. Now I request all of you to take that paper and divide that paper into 4 parts. Draw a vertical line, draw a horizontal line, and divide that paper into 4 parts. Please do that. Just divide the paper into 4 parts. Don't do anything else. Just divide the paper into 4 parts. So this is one part. And now draw a horizontal line and divide it into 4 parts. Okay, do one thing. Even if you don't have the horizontal line, perfectly okay. Just divide the page into 2 parts like this. Now on the left hand side, draw a closed door. Let's do this experiment with your complete heart. And I promise to you, something about your life will not be the same again. Just draw the closed door. Now don't write what is written on the screen. This is purely for your reference. Just draw a closed door. And this is an idea about a closed door. We had the option of laptops and tools, so we have created a very beautiful red colored closed door. Red, of course, means stop, which means closed. Draw a simple closed door like this. The red closed door is signifying the tragedies, the rejections, the accidents, the setbacks, and the failures all of us have gone through in our life. I don't think there is a single human being who can say, I didn't have a big setback or a failure or a big disappointment or an accident or a rejection in our life. Now what I want you to do is write down on the right hand side of the paper where the closed door is there, that incident of your life which you believe is the biggest tragedy, rejection, accident, setback or failure of your life. Take a few seconds and think and write down what have been the biggest tragedy, rejection, accident, setback or failure of your life. Write only one. Some of us have gone through many, but can you write down pen on paper the biggest tragedy, rejection, accident, setback or failure? You don't have to share this paper with anyone. You don't have to send it across to me. In fact, immediately after the session, you can tear it and throw it away. So if there is something which you don't want the world to know, perfectly okay. But my request is, write it down. Some of you are there, youngsters who are in class 9, 10th, 11th, 12th. You may have gone through something which you don't want others to know. It could have been a crush which didn't work out. It could have been betrayal by a friend. It can be the divorce of your parents. It can be anything. But please write down the biggest tragedy, rejection, accident, setback, or fail of your life. Now I want you to write down, after you've written on that, 5 things which were very bad impact of this experience. Write anywhere on the paper 5 wrong things that happened in your life. Up to 5. You might write 1, you might write 2, you might write 3. But up to 5 things which happened bad because of this. Let's say, for example, if I have to say, in my life, a few years ago, in a business transaction, I lost a lot of money. It was a huge setback in my life. What are the 5 bad things which happened out of that? 5 years ago, I had a big dream of starting our own school, an academic school, and all the money that was saved for that purpose was lost. I couldn't start a school. While my family cooperated in a very big way, they went through tough times. I know my children had to compromise on a few aspects, and they happily did, but the heart of the father cries. I lost a few people because for some people the thinking was, if somebody can fail, then we don't want to be with that person. So even if our relationship was good, I lost some people. So these were the big setbacks that happened. Losing some good people, not able to give to children what they deserve, living life under this pressure of finance, and not able to start a school were huge things. Everyone has these closed doors in life where we go through something which kind of makes us doubt ourselves, which makes us doubt our life. Now, if you have done that, now I want you to draw an open door. Now, you can do it on the reverse of the paper that you have. A paper has 2 sides. Draw an open door. Something like this. Draw it and I'll explain to you what is the exercise. You can draw something like this. You can draw another kind of a door which is open. Perfectly okay. Now all this slideshow and all is coordinated as well as created by Harsha. So a big round of applause for Harsha. She's created a very simple door where straight lines and the door comes in. So thank you, Harsha. Keep the right side blank, and after you have completed the drawing, I'll tell you what we have to do over there. I think by now you would have sketched the door. What you're going to write over here, this is very interesting. Because the door was closed, did a few doors open in life? Because the door was closed, did a few doors open in life? What do I mean by this? Because I made that financial loss and I was determined to do something magnificent in life, one of the doors which opened was the bonding in the family became extraordinary. The heart-to-heart conversations at family became very regular. Earlier, we wouldn't have so many heart-to-heart conversations where the whole family sits together. But now the whole family would sit together and everybody will update about what's happening at their end in their life. And I would speak about how is it that we are dealing with that loss and what is the progress that we are making. My kids became very mature, retaining their innocence. Because we didn't portray it as a tragedy which is stopping us. We portrayed it as a turning point which is helping us with breakthroughs in life. So beautiful conversations, heart-to-heart conversations at home. We also decided to pour our energy into doing something fantastic for the society. I really believe that one of the most energetic things that you can do in life is to make a difference in others' life, see the impact, and that gives you this belief that you are here to do something massive. Let no tragedy stop you in life. So KMM expanded and expanded by taking in non-life schoolers, expanded by going to other cities, which didn't happen till this tragedy struck us. And the third magnificent breakthrough which happened was we started Wow Parenting. We started this extraordinary effort called Wow Parenting. I love to say this, but Wow Parenting is rated number 2 by Indian Express in the whole country. Wow Parenting is rated number 1 by Google in 6 parameters. We did a summit in April this year and we had 67,522 registrations from 120 countries across the world. The biggest parenting summit which has ever happened anywhere in the world was done by Wow Parenting, your Wow Parenting. And this happened in April, as recent as April. If the financial loss had not happened, I wouldn't have explored ways by which my potential can be challenged and massive differences could be made. We became adept at technology, we became very comfortable with technology. And this year in COVID-19, it is that comfort which helped us to say, if I could become comfortable with technology in 2-3 months, my people, committed group of people who drive Keep Moving movement have to become comfortable. In less than 2 weeks' time, Joe rose to the occasion, created a brilliant PST, and all of you who went through PST, you know how life transforming and skill enhancing it is. So life goes like this. There will be these tragedies. Any one of us who wants to live a good life, there will be these closed doors. Each one of these closed doors will have some burning points which will make us suffer. And each one of these closed doors will also be the turning points which will take our life to another orbit altogether. But this orbit completely depends on the stories that you tell yourself when you are going through a tragedy. When you are going through the worst phase of your life, what is the story that you tell yourself? When you are going through the worst phase of your life, what is the story that you tell yourself? Let me give you a few examples. Imagine that you are disrespected by somebody. Imagine that you have been disrespected by somebody. Now, when somebody disrespects you, what is the story that you tell yourself? Do you become angry to hell with them? Do you fight back? Do you move into sadness and depression? Let's say somebody said, yeah, you're good, but you're not good enough. Maza nahi aayega. Tum nahi kar paoge. Disrespected. You went for an order to someone and they said, I don't think you can deliver. Disrespected. Somebody said, you can't deliver the quality that we need. Disrespected. You liked someone, you proposed, and that other person said, what? You? Disrespected. When you go through disrespect, The feeling is sadness. But what is the story which goes in the mind over here? What are you visualizing now? Are you visualizing a poor life, down life? You won't be able to bounce back in life. If it is love, nobody is going to love you anymore. Your life is doomed. You have all the rights to go into what we call as sad, stress, anxiety, and depression. Is this the story that you tell yourself? You had a fight with your loved one. What is the story you tell yourself? It is these stories that we tell ourselves which creates our life or destroys our life. It is not our talent, it is not our potential. It is not the resources we have, it is not the people we have. It is the stories that we tell ourselves which either creates our life or destroys our life. I think the session is becoming very intense. Let me make it a little light. The night after you see a horror movie, what are the stories you tell yourself? रात को क्या होता है? And if you go to sleep and you listen to a door opening with some noise, क्या होता है? What is the story you tell yourself? Can you say कुछ तो होगा and go back to sleep? Or if you listen to chum, 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 what is the story that you're going to tell yourself? Okay, let's move to the current times, away from the horror movies. If you see someone on the road without a mask, what is the story you tell yourself about him? Okay, a little more practical. If someone sees your message after the blue tick has happened on WhatsApp and they have not responded back to you, what is the story you tell yourself? चलो एक और दे दो. When someone tells you a no when you wanted a yes, you proposed and somebody said no, anybody but you, not you. What is the story you tell yourself? You asked your father for a new bike. Father looks at you as if, क्या? And in his mind, in his looks, he is telling you, मैं पैसा अपना नाली में फेंक देगा लेकिन तेरे को नहीं देगा. What is the story you tell yourself? Okay, how about this? When you got blamed and it was not your fault. You got blamed and it is not your fault. What is the story you tell yourself? Chalo, ek aur current time, COVID times. If your neighbor has COVID-19, you know, next door neighbor, you come out of the house and you share the same atmosphere, same breeze. Your next door neighbor has COVID-19. You know, not even another building, not even the locality that you say. Next door neighbor. What is the story now you'll tell yourself? Can you be relaxed, chilled, ekdam aaram se? If you have to go to work, you open the door of your house very easily and you come out. What's the story yourself? You know the most interesting part? The truth is, we are not even aware of these stories that we are telling ourselves. When I say stories, I'm not talking about the action. I'm saying in the mind, what am I visualizing? Am I visualizing that, oh my God, मेरे को हो जाएगा, and therefore, oh my God, I will die? This is the story we tell ourselves. When somebody disrespects me, I think now the whole world will come to know about it and nobody will respect me. I am in love, I give a proposal, I got rejected. दुनिया बनाने वाले क्या तेरे मन में समाई काहे को दुनिया बना. Is that what happens? Somebody told no to you, अब खत्म. That is the story we tell ourselves, ना? जी के क्या फायदा है जब दिल ही टूट गया हम जी के क्या करेंगे. And these movies give you that song also, which makes you believe, correct, what you're going through is right. Go into depression, become very sad, cry. And if you have seen Devdas, then you will hit the bottle. Or if you are a Rajesh Khanna fan, Ye Lal Rang. What is going on? Stories matter. Life is so much about the stories that you visualize and you tell yourself. The stories we tell ourselves can either be negative stories or positive stories. When you're going through these kind of times, either you will tell yourself positive stories, which means you can tell yourself, boss, this is a closed door which will force me to look at the open doors in my life. Now is the turning point of my life. I mean, this is rock bottom. इससे और नीचे तो जा ही नहीं सकते. The only way to go in life is now up. I will get much better friends, much better love. Or yaar, I have lost 10 crores. I am right now minus 5 crores. In the history of the world, all those people who bounced back after minus 5 crores, they became such big heroes. Which means now let me do something incredible by which I will not only inspire myself but millions of other people. Which means brilliant future for me. Brilliant future for me. Because the Pandavas were betrayed by the Kauravas, because tragedy happened in their lives so often, the world got Bhagavad Gita. If all that not happened, Kurukshetra wouldn't have happened. If Kurukshetra has not happened, Bhagavad Gita wouldn't have happened. Now, when I am going through a tragedy, can I tell those stories? That's the key. Most of the times, unfortunately, when I am going through a tough time, the story we tell ourselves is negative. Now, this is the history of potentials not becoming performance, talented people not rising to the top. Most of the times, when we are going through a tough time, the story that we tell ourselves is negative. And in that time, if you listen to the story you are telling yourself, if you listen to the opinion that you are developing about yourself, I can bet my life if somebody else had told these things about you, you would have boxed them. You would have beaten them up. Has it ever happened that you are not able to drive properly and you tell yourself, "Chhi, I am such a bad driver." Imagine if somebody else had told you are a bad driver. You know, if I am driving and my wife next to me is sitting and I don't do anything and I tell myself, "Naren, what a horrible driver you are." That is okay. But if my wife tells the same thing to me, "Naren, you're not driving properly, you don't drive well," will I take it with the same grace? I won't. No, that's the beauty. We don't even realize what we are doing to ourselves. We are telling ourselves horrible stories. Like how many of us say, "Yeah, I'm not good looking enough. Bad hair day." Can never happen to me. But for many people, bad hair day. And what about this? You always think you are unlucky. You are thinking wherever you are going, rain is always happening, all your plans are getting spoiled. What about this? You are not able to do something and you tell, "I am an idiot. मेरे को ना कुछ नहीं समझता. I am too slow in understanding something. Everybody gets it so fast. I am a tube light." And what about this? Do you call yourself a panic machine? I know at least one person who calls herself a panic machine. Imagine somebody else looks at you and says, "You are a panic machine." You feel like, "Doonga." And what about this? You score C- in exams and you say, "I'm not good enough. I'll never make it big in life. I'm just not smart. You know why I don't share in the class? Everybody will laugh at me. When I raise my hands and talk, the teacher is going to be very sarcastic. Everybody is going to give me looks. Why? To embarrass me. Therefore, I won't even express what I think may be the right answer." Just look at the screen. And like this, there can be thousand other thoughts that you create about yourself. Now, these are the stories you're telling yourself. I am not good enough, 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 my life is not good enough. And then when you have a tragedy in life, it's almost like a proof of what you believed has happened. Then how will you get out of that? How will you create a brilliant life? Limiting beliefs make me feel like a victim to life and circumstances. Look at these limiting beliefs that we often have about ourselves. I've heard so many people say, I'm not educated enough, hence I'm not doing well in life. I know at least two people who are not very educated and yet they did beautifully well in life. One is expired, so the limit of his achievements is done, which is Dhirubhai Ambani. And the other is Narendra Goidani. Both of us, Dhirubhai Ambani and me, share the last two initials. Ambani, Goidani. So both of us not educated. We have a lot of things which is common. He had two sons, I have two daughters. Some gender ka thing, but a lot of things are same. And it makes me believe I am going to do something really phenomenal in life. You know, I discuss a lot of things with a lot of people, and when I tell them that I am 12th pass and I have not been to college, the most educated people have told me, good, you did not waste 3-4 years of your life. I'm speaking about people who have done their doctorates. Now, this is not about the youngsters over here to give up their education, but I'm saying even worst case situation, somebody like me is not educated. It should not limit me. And yet I have seen so many people getting limited because of thoughts like, you know, I am not disciplined. मैं कुछ भी करता ना discipline नहीं रहता है. I can't be consistent in what I do in life. You know, I can't control my anger. Sometimes it is something like, I can't convince other people. Sometimes it is, I can't be punctual, you know, I'm always late, Latif. Somebody can say that, I can't take big responsibilities. I get scared. I start palpitating. I get into that panic attacks. And then, of course, a classic thing by most people, I can't wake up in the morning. 7 a.m. Sunday, Ayla. Really? Really? Now listen to me very carefully. This mind is very powerful. Extremely powerful. 1,000 times more powerful than what you visualize. When I have these limiting belief stories that I tell myself, I will miss out on all the opportunities in front of me. How many times you have heard about love failures going and committing suicide? And the same person will have 100 people in his life who love him. But उसको दिखता भी नहीं है. Somebody loses money and commits suicide. Because of financial loss, you commit suicide. Or there are so many options. Even today, there are millions of people who are starting a new business by which they will earn crores in the next 5 years. And you can be the same person who can start. But one business has gone wrong, दूसरा opportunity दिखता भी नहीं है. Let's do an experiment. Chalo, let's do an experiment. I will show you a screen right now. Now, this is a 30-second experiment. Look how many red objects are there. Chalo, fatafat count. 5 seconds gone. Count the number of red objects. Tan, tan, tan. और इतना जल्दी काउंट हो गया? No, 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 not the right answer. Good, keep on attempting. See, your maths teacher would have been very disappointed in you. It's keeping on coming, keeping on coming, keeping on coming. Somebody had written 2,500 something. My good Lord. Okay, now here is my question to all of you. Let me show you the question. First, write down. Okay, this is the question. In that picture, how many green triangles were there? Hello, it is not about red. Now my question is, how many green triangles were there? कुछ भी है, फेक, तुक्का, और लगा दिया. I am giving you a range also, 1 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. 15 to 20 seems to be the most coveted number, 42%. And 10 to 15 is about, okay, it's varying, changing, very good, very good, very good. Keep it coming. You have 5 more seconds to get this right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. This is how people have voted. मतलब 82% of you have voted between 10 to 20. You know what is the answer? 6. ये 6 ग्रीन ट्रायंगल थे, ये 20 कैसे दिखा आपको? वही 14% people, 48 of you महान आत्मास have written 5 to 10. And there are some of us who can see only 1 to 5, 4%. Isn't this interesting? What is happening? Let me explain to you. There is something called reticular activating system. What is reticular activating system? The eyes at any given point of time can take in about 1 million inputs. But if I take that million and attempt to put it inside my brain, I will go mad. I will go mad. Therefore, the system, to protect itself, has devised a process. And that process says, even if you are taking in 1 million, choose what you want to focus on, and only that you will be able to remember consciously. Choose what you want to focus on. Now, I need this ability for me to remain sane, otherwise I will go mad. The conscious mind decides to focus on what matters to it. Now, here lies the trick. We can change our story by deciding to focus on either the positives or the negatives. And when we decide to focus on something, we can conveniently ignore the other things around. Like I told you to focus on the red objects, and your mind was not even picking up the blue and the green and the other colors. It was there right in front of you, and you found 86% to completely got it wrong. And 14% gave some tukka, out of which I don't know how many of us would have actually counted 6. So this is how it is. It is there in front of you, but what you choose to focus on, that story is what creates your life. It's not your fault. If negative stories is what occurs to you with intensity, it's not your fault. Habitually, interpreting life events negatively is our survival mechanism. You know what do I mean by that when I say that it's our survival mechanism? When we were still in the jungles, there is a hungry lion in front of us. And there is also a fruit which is there, a juicy fruit on a tree. Now both these options are there. If I ignore the threat and I go for the juicy fruit, then I will become the juicy fruit for the lion. Now, for me to survive, it was necessary to be on the lookout for a possible threat. कि क्या गड़बड़ हो सकता है, क्या wrong हो सकता है. And in the process, inside our brain, there is two parts. One is the prefrontal cortex, and the other is the amygdala, which is right at the center of the brain. Now, the prefrontal cortex is about logic, which wants to analyze, and amygdala is the seat of negative emotions like fear. Between this war, it is fear which wins because it protects us. The negative stories that we are telling is partially correct in that context, but this is not the whole truth. In thinking only negative stories, we become unreliable narrators of our own life. In telling negative stories to ourselves about our lives, we become unreliable narrators of our own life. And this starts harming us. How does it harm us? Negative emotions and negative stories describes our life in a very narrow perspective. So let's say because I made that financial loss, I am in minus 5 crores. This is a truth, but this is not the complete truth. The complete truth is I have a lot of opportunity, I have a lot of capabilities, the world is opening up, possibilities are endless, there is a huge, beautiful fraternity, many things are going great in my life. I have a guy like Paresh in my life with whom we can create wow parenting like nobody's business. I have Joy in my life with whom we can create extraordinary products in Life School. I have such amazing people in the fraternity who still believe very deeply in what I can do. All this is the complete truth. And one part of the truth is, right now I am minus 5 crores. Now my negative story makes me believe only in that one part, and it makes me assume that the other good and the right does not even exist. And that becomes tragic for me. We become our own fake news broadcasters. Our life is not in a mess because of the tragedy. Our life becomes a mess because of the negative stories that we tell ourselves. And so often talent does not rise to the top because we give up or we do something which is wrong. And so many of these stories are completely misleading. Because I was also told by people, Naren, after this setback to get up is very difficult. Now this is the story I am telling myself, it's very difficult. And it's a misleading story. Because today we are doing exceptionally well. Look at what KMM is doing. We will be impacting at least 1 lakh lives. When I speak to people and say we have about 700 people who have volunteered, 500 very active. You know, right now in today's session, how many of us are present over here? 525 people on a Sunday morning seeing things from all across the country. You know what it means? We mislead ourselves. And this is a tragic example. How many people in the country would love to even meet Mahendra Singh Dhoni once? This guy stayed with him. How many people in our country would love to have Ekta Kapoor of Balaji Telefilms directly on the phone, who would appreciate you? This guy has been repeatedly appreciated by her. How many things were going right in his life? Was everything right? Everything is never right in anybody's life. All of us have a part which is not going great and a lot of part which is going great. Sorry to use this example, but everybody shits. And when you shit, you just clean it. Because it is stinking, because it is bad, It doesn't mean this is who you are. It doesn't mean that is how your life is going to be. Look at the beauty all around. So much is going right also. Tell yourself powerful stories about the future. And don't do something stupid. The stories we tell ourselves is extremely powerful. This means if we say powerful stories to ourselves, our life will be extremely powerful. All these people who lose and drop weight like this, what's the story that they themselves? And all the people who struggle to drop weight, what is the story that they themselves? A person like Pankaj Mandane, a very, very dear life schooler, a pillar of Keep Moving movement, has dropped about 11 kgs, almost about 16% of his body weight in 45 days during this lockdown. And he's a guy I know who loves food, who can't stay away from all the tasty food, which often is junk. But in these 45 days, when he went through a regime, every day, what is the story he would have told himself? When a garam samosa is offered to him, what is the story he would have told himself? Stories are exceptionally powerful. Especially when you are going through a tragic time. What is the story you will tell yourself? When you are going through a tragic time, what is the story that you are going to tell yourself? When life is beautiful, no issues. I repeat my question. When you are going through a tragic time, when you are going through a setback, when you are going through a loss, when you are going through a hurt, when you are going through a rejection, what is the story you will tell yourself? In those moments, what is the kind of future you are going to think about? That will create your life. It's not what you're going through right now. But it's about the story that you tell yourself over here about your future, which defines your life. Changing your story can change your life. You are 65, 17, you are crying about old age. Read this book, Ikigai, which talks about people who have crossed the age of 100 and how they are living a very fit, healthy, active life. If you want, I will share with you a video about a 103-year-old Sardarni who is participating in international athletics championships. 103 years old woman is participating in athletic championships. You want that video? Remind me, I'll share that video with you. I was blown away when I saw that. You know her favorite sport? 100 meters dash. She's running 100 meters dash competitively at 103. And are there people out there who's 50 years old who tells every now and then, I am tired. I am very tired. Today I did a lot of things and I am tired. What are you doing to yourself? All you need to do is, I want to increase my 40%, what should I do? At 50, if you're saying I'm already tired, मेरे ना अब हाथ पैर नहीं हिलते हैं. If you were supposed to live till 100, 103 and compete athletically, you will pop off by the time you are 65, 70. You know what you're doing to yourself. And everything else in your life might be ton, extraordinary. What's the story you're telling yourself? From today onwards, Only powerful stories. And if you are not telling powerful stories to yourself, how will you lift people around you? How will you be a good Indian? What is the future of our country? This country, your family, and you need powerful stories. Bert and John Jacobs, the brothers who co-founded this company called Life is Good, grew up as the youngest of 6 children in a lower income family in Boston. When the brothers were in elementary school, the parents met with a near-death car accident, from which the mother escaped unhurt, but father lost the use of the right hands. The stress and frustration of medicine, examinations, hospital, physiotherapy created so much stress and anxiety in the father. He developed a very harsh temper. And they explain this in their book called Life is Good. The father would do a lot of yelling around the house for the smallest of things, frustrated, screaming, shouting. Life wasn't perfect. The brothers write in this book, Life is Good, there were often very difficult things happening at home. But they had an extraordinary mother whose name was Joan. Joan. And Joan used to believe life is good. So she did a brilliant thing. Every night, as the family sat together on the dining table, the father would join rarely, and she would look at the 6 kids. Imagine mother with a husband who lost right hand and therefore very irritated and frustrated with life, not doing any work, of course. 6 children at home, and this lady is earning and running the family. In the night on the dining table, she would ask herself this one single question, and that is, tell me something good that happened during the day. You know, in the book, the brothers write, as simple as mom's words were, tell me something good that happened today. As simple as mom's words were, the energy in the entire room would change. And before the 6 kids realized, they are regaling each other with beautiful, sometimes bizarre things which has happened at school. So one child would say, you know, that boy came today with such a funny haircut, we couldn't stop our laughter. They would speak about the best and the funniest part of the day. John says, this exercise prevented them from developing a victim's mentality. This exercise prevented them from developing a victim's mentality. When they were in school, they would suddenly think, oh, this is horrible today. I wanted to have my lunch, somebody pushed me and my food has dropped down. It is horrible. Teacher looked at me, asked a question, I didn't have the answer. Oh my God, so horrible. I am given too much homework and I don't have time, too horrible. I wanted to play football, but my friends are not there, they have gone on a picnic, life is horrible. You would say, the entire day, because we didn't have anything, we didn't have a lot of resources, there would be a lot of incredibly horrible things which would happen to us. But, he says, the optimism that we had as a family was something that we had even when we had little else. Growing up with a mother who sang in the kitchen, told them animated stories, acted the children's book out of them. No matter how bad a situation they were going through, she taught them a very important lesson that being happy isn't dependent on your circumstances. She showed them that optimism is a courageous choice you can make every day, especially in the face of tragedies. Optimism is a courageous choice you make every day, especially when you are going through a tragedy. The stories that you tell yourself are powerful and it helps you in creating your life. This dedicated, unwavering, positive outlook is what helped these two brothers in creating a company called Life is Good. What does this company do? It manufactures t-shirts. The name of the company, Life is Good. What does it do? Manufacture t-shirts. Turnover. We have a Sumit Tejwani who is also into manufacturing of garments and t-shirts. We have a Sharad Kalyani, Neelam Kalyani who are also manufacturing of t-shirts. Let me tell you the turnover of Burt and Reynolds company Life is Good. About $100 million. Which means about 750 crores. 750 crores. Selling what? T-shirts. Born out of what? The optimism of the mother. The training which the mother gave to them to see that if you have nothing else, you should have optimistic stories about the future. What a name to give to a company. Life is Good. And they go on to give an extraordinary tagline to their company. Life is not perfect. Life is not easy. Life is good. Life is not perfect. Life is not easy. Life is good. The two brothers say, since it works so well for us, every time we have a get together at office, even a strategy meeting at office, even if something has gone horribly line, a design has not done well, samples have not come out properly, a supplier has not sent materials on the right time, there may be a lot of troubleshooting to be done, but the meetings always begin with, tell me what is good that is happening. The brothers say it leads to ideas, which leads to progress, which leads to success. And of course, we solve the challenges. But those challenges are not which is limiting us. The challenges are what which is developing all of us and giving an excuse for all of us to work together. My question to all of you is this. Are you willing to edit the stories that you tell yourself? When times are good, you don't take effort. I asked you how many red objects and you have to just count the red objects. That's easy. Everything is going great guns. You have zero resistance in life. Everything is flowing smoothly. Life is an autopilot. But every now and then, we will hit a roadblock. There will be a speed breaker in our life. Every now and then, things will go wrong in life. And chances are, for some of us, right now, there are things which are going wrong. Right now, you have a tragedy. Right now, you are grappling with a complication. Right now, the initiative that you took has met with a loss. Right now, you might have, or your loved one might have, lost their job. Right now, you might have, your loved one might have, got a huge salary cut. Right now, you may not be earning enough to even pay the EMIs. And when you go home and look at your family, you feel low and sad. Okay, my God, what have I done? Why haven't I saved enough money? Right now, you might have started a beautiful restaurant investing quite a lot of money and took all the money you could on loan with the dreams of making the maximum out of the summer holidays. And COVID-19 has completely disturbed and destroyed your plans. Right now, some of you might be in a stage where for the survival of the company, you might have to let go of people. And the people you let go of might be the only bread earners for their family. And if you tell them, I'm sorry, I can't keep you, you have no idea how is it that they're going to survive. Because in this kind of a scenario, they may not have easy options to go and find work somewhere. Right now, life might be challenging for you. Right now, your health may not be at its peak. You might have a frozen shoulder, you might have a broken ankle, you might have a torn hamstring, you might have a ligament tear which is not allowing you to move as much as you would like to move. Just now you might have lost someone very precious to you and they have gone back and merged with existence. Right now you are in college and there is complete lack of clarity on when the colleges will happen and what are you going to do with yourself. Right now you might have got a job offer from an organization and because of COVID, they are not even responding to your emails about when is it that you can join them. Right now, maybe a few of us sitting somewhere are having COVID-19. You know it, you are in isolation and you are scared. You might be in financial trouble, you might be in emotional trouble, you might be in relationship troubles. That is a fact, but that's the partial truth of your life. My question, are you willing to edit the story you are telling yourself? Are you willing to edit the story you are telling yourself? Would you like to see yourself as a victim in your stories or would you like to see yourself as a victor in the stories? If you see yourself as a victim, life goes further down. If you see yourself as a victor, who knows, you might create a company called Life is Good. And not a small company, $100 million. 750 crores as turnover and 10% of their profit they give back to educate children. You know in India CSR is 2% of your net profits. This company does 10% of its net profits. Are you willing to edit the story that you tell yourself? In your stories, please do not be a victim. Don't think the world is against you or life is against you. In your stories, be the hero. Today is June 28th. Yesterday was Helen Keller's birthday. A lady who was blind and born deaf and yet went on to become one of the greatest inspirations the world has ever seen. Imagine for some reason you and me both go blind and deaf. What's the story you will tell yourself? What's the story Helen Keller told herself? Did she feel like a victim or did she feel like a victor? Did she tell herself that I am the victim or did she tell herself I am the hero? Once you have gone through some struggles with a positive story, no negative experience of your life can put you down. All of us will slip, but we don't have to fall. And that's what Abraham Lincoln would see. I slipped and fell, and then I realized I just slipped. I did not fall because I came back on my feet. So if you are exposed to tragedies, it means the best of your life is about to begin. If you have overcome adversities in your life in your past, it means you can do it 100 times. You know this guy Anupam Kher? Anupam Kher and Akshay Kumar were having a conversation. It's an interview which has come on various channels. And in that interview, Anupam Kher tells Akshay Kumar, when Akshay Kumar is asking, the first role that you had was in a movie called Saransh, and it's such a difficult movie. You acted in that movie as a 60-year-old man. You are one of the most talented people in the industry. Your intensity, your expressions, your range. You can do comedy, you can do an old man, you can do a villain. You can play a very helpful person's role. You can be a miser. You have played what a brilliant kind of roles. Do you go through some internal struggle? Do you think that your worth has not been recognized? Anupam Kher said, I love the challenges of my life because every challenge makes me better. Every challenge develops something inside me. The first challenge would have said, take the opportunity that you can. The second challenge taught me, be patient. The third challenge taught me, you can forgive people. Everything is developing me. What I learned from the first helps me in the second. What I learned from the first and second helps me in the third. I am becoming a better and a deeper human being. And which is what led me to become the MP in our country and also gave me a chance to be in Bollywood, be in politics, be an opinion maker, spoke many platforms. So everything develops me. And then he said something very beautiful, which is where I believe great parenting is such an incredible part of life. Some parents give you something which becomes an anchor for you for the rest of your life. Anupam Kher's father tells Anupam Kher one day, जो भीग जाता है ना, वो बारिश से डरता नहीं है. जो भीगा हुआ नहीं है ना, उसको डर लगता है, अरे भीग गया तू, अरे भीग गया तू, अरे भीग गया तू. Have you ever gone through this in life? Let's say it's a Holi. होली में कलर नहीं लगा है ना, तो डर लग रहा है, कहीं भी जा रहे थे कोई कलर नहीं लगाना चाहिए, मेरे कपड़े नहीं खराब करने चाहिए, और ये खराब हो गया तो क्या करूंगा. And some smart ass comes and puts color on you, color on your clothes. You might get irritated for 2-3 minutes, but you find everybody having so much fun, and they are also saying, छोड़ना है, जाने देना, ये ना, ये वो ना. And you make a choice. Let me have fun and let me enjoy. And you enjoy that Holi so brilliantly well. जब तक कलर नहीं लगता है ना, डर लगता है. जब तक भीगते नहीं हो ना, बारिश का डर लगता है. Has it happened to you? It's monsoons, it's raining, you have an umbrella, and under that umbrella you are very, very careful. मेरे को भीगना नहीं है, मेरे को भीगना नहीं है. I don't know why you are scared. अरे रोज तो बाथरूम में स्नान करते हो तो भीगते हो ना, भीगने से क्यों डर लगता है? नहीं, मैं गीला हो जाएगा. अरे कमाल हो गया, तू सूखा स्नान करता है. जैसे ड्राई क्लीनिंग होता है, वैसे तेरा भी घर में कोई प्रोसेस है क्या ड्राई क्लीनिंग? तो भीगने से क्यों डर लगता है? मैं भीगना नहीं चाहिए. कमाल हो गया. एंड व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल स्टेटमेंट टू टेल द चाइल्ड. जो भीग गया ना, उसको बारिश से डर नहीं लगता. अब जितना आना आ लो, 1 घंटा तक भीगेंगे, क्या प्रॉब्लम. तो मतलब then you tell yourself good stories, positive stories, powerful stories in life. Here is my question to you. What can be the positive version of the story that you're telling yourself? What can be the positive version of the story that you're telling yourself? Okay, you're telling yourself some story about कल ये होने वाला है, वो होने वाला है, ऐसा प्रॉब्लम है, वैसा प्रॉब्लम है, this is the complication, this can go wrong. Can we, just for the sake of discussion, have what can be the positive version of the same story? There is always a positive version of the story. The exercise that we did about the doors today, we did it to bring to the surface the positive possibility of a story. You know, this mindset that I'm going to see it with positive things makes all the difference. In Israel, they did a fantastic experiment. They found that judges gave parole very easily to people when they saw their parole application after lunch. So parole is when somebody has committed a small crime and they can go free, but they have to come to the police station to report maybe every day, every week, depending on the crime they have been committed. So let's say lunchtime is 1:30, 1:10, 1:15, if a parole application comes to the judge, he says, यार फालतू हड़ा, कितने को नहीं देने का, सब बदमाश लोग हैं, गलत लोग हैं, नहीं देने का मेरे को parole, डालो उनको जेल में वापस. What is the story he is telling himself? ये आदमी ठीक नहीं है. If I release him, he'll do a lot of wrong things. This is the story, right? He's visualizing that this bugger is going to do some more crimes. After lunch, the number of people who were given parole went through the roof. Before lunch, only 11% people would get parole. After lunch, 62% people will get parole. Now, bhare hue pet mein, the story is telling himself is, my life is good, world is a beautiful place, दुनिया कितनी अच्छी है, अरे गलती इस इंसान ने की होगी, कोई बात नहीं, इसके तो चीज को मैं एक चांस ले सकता हूं. What happened? Because the stomach was filled, he could see the positive side of the same story. And this is the same truth about your life. Over there for the judges, it was a filled stomach which did the trick. For you, it can be this session which does the trick. Tell yourself good stories and unleash the potential and the courage to give your life your best shot. I very deeply believe each human being is born to create a miracle. When he sends you to this planet, he says, go and be the greatest person ever born on this planet. It's almost like Amrish Puri saying, Ja Simran Ja, ji le apni zindagi. And he is doing the same to you when he says, Ja Harsha Ja, tu ji le apni zindagi. और उसको नाम भी दिया हर्षा. खुश रहे बच्चा, पूरी जिंदगी खुश रहे. And to develop you and to unearth you, I am going to give you some tragedies. I go to the gym and I exercise, it gives me pain, but this pain will make my biceps better. I do squats, my thighs pain, but it's going to give me health, which is beautiful. I do the sit-ups and I do core exercise. This burns for the next 2-3 days. But then it's going to be a strong core which will help me in running. These tough things have only one objective in life, and that is to shape you to become better and to unleash the potential that you carry and to give you the courage to give your life the best shot. But when I go through this, if the story I tell myself is, बाप रे बहुत दुखता है, मेरे बस का बात नहीं है, डरने मेरे को तो दुखना नहीं चाहिए, बस छोड़ो जाने दो, और मेरा किस्मत ही खराब है यार, फिर हर्षा का नाम चेंज करना पड़ेगा. Or she has to edit the stories that she tells herself in case in her story she sees herself as a victim. And Harsha would be a person who can create revolution on this planet. Beautiful hearted, very creative, very loving, wanting to carry everybody with her. Extraordinary qualities. It has the potential to become a rock star. But everything depends on the stories that she tells herself. Let's do an exercise. Let's change our lives. This is my ask from you. In your life, what is that one negative story that you keep telling yourself? Or is there a negative story that you have been telling yourself in the recent past for some time now? It can be something as simple as, my husband does not love me as much as I want him to love me. It can be something as simple as, I'm not getting time to do what I want to do. It can be something as simple as, the moment there is responsibility on my shoulder, I start having panic attacks. It can be something as simple as, I can't make a plan and stick to it. Or it can be something as simple as, लोगों का भला करके कोई फायदा नहीं है, बहुत मुश्किल होता है. कोई किसी का नहीं है बॉस, पूरी दुनिया मतलबी है. Or is a negative story that you tell yourself, I can't stay away from taste. I live to eat. Baba, if you live to eat, live longer so that you can eat longer. 3, 4, 6 महीने, let this 2.5 inch not dominate the 6 feet. So activity 1, which I want all of you to do right now, on a piece of paper, maybe the open door, closed door paper, maybe another sheet of paper, can you commit that you will stop telling this one negative story that you have been either telling yourself of late, or it's a story which you have been carrying for a long, long time? Brilliant. One of my friends is writing over there, I am not good enough. Excellent. Yes, you will stop telling that story to yourself. We discussed many of those points over there. Stop telling that story and give a commitment. If you wish to make a public commitment, write it. Put it in the chat box. Or your loved ones, make a beautiful paragraph and send it to them. I have got the habit of saying this negative story to myself about myself. From today onwards, this negative story will never be played inside the head. One negative story. Just one. You might be telling 25 to yourself. My requirement is only one. Stop telling this one negative story you have been telling yourself for some time. Okay, I am giving you 1 minute time for you to decide on which negative story are you going to stop saying. Umar, fitness, प्यार मोहब्बत, opportunity, पैसा, इज्जत, कोई भी चीज को लेकर स्टोरी हो सकती है. I am alone, nobody values me, nobody understands me, people take me for granted. None of these stories. One of these stories we will stop from today. 30 more seconds. Think, decide, commit. Think, decide, commit. Share. If you're sitting in your home, you have people with you, commit to each other. Boss, ye negative story nahi bolega. And if you ever find me doing that, just smile at me and just tell me, life is good. Or just remind me, keep moving movement, session 1. Or just sing a song. Baagon mein bahar hai. And make it a deal that every time you're saying a negative story, they will say this and you will then say, hey, कितना मजा आ जाएगा. Not telling you directly, indirectly. आज थोड़ा सेशन ज्यादा बॉलीवुड फिल्मी हो रहा है ना. कोई बात नहीं, चलेगा, होता है. I'm going to tell myself positive stories. Done. हो गया. All of you done? Brilliant. Let's go to the next. And with that, let's complete today's session. What will be the positive anchor for your positive, powerful stories? When we want to live our life with telling ourselves positive, powerful, energizing, extraordinary stories, all of us need an anchor. For example, the anchor for the two brothers who founded Life is Good was? You remember what was their statement? Life is not perfect, life is not easy, life is good. That's their anchor. Life is not easy, life is not perfect, life is good. This is my personal anchor. Inspire or expire. One way to live life here. Only one way to live life. Inspire. So if I'm telling myself a negative story, I'll ask myself this question. Naren, through this story, will you be able to inspire people? No. Stop. Naren, with this decision, will people get inspired? No. Stop. And I have no plans to expire. I want the authors of Ikigai to include me in the edition that they are going to write after I close 100 years of age. So expire is not an option. The only one option is there, inspire. I can't inspire people unless I'm telling very powerful stories to myself. So here is the deal. What will be your powerful story, positive story anchor? You can choose one of these two also. I have not copyrighted, there is no patent, and what do they pay? Little, royalty. Royalty भी नहीं इधर. Though I live like royalty, but financial royalty नहीं चाहिए. Loyalty चाहिए, royalty नहीं चाहिए. What is going to be your powerful positive story anchor? If you're not able to think something right now, absolutely okay, you can think about it later on. But before this day ends, ideally you should have your positive, powerful story anchor. Darlings, give me the last 3-4 minutes of your attention and pay attention like you have never paid attention to anything ever in your life. India never had the culture of poverty. India was always a rich country. If you look into 10,000 years of civilization, India was a very rich country. Sone ki chidiya, right? You have read it in history. The Britishers came and changed everything. And we developed a poverty mindset. Powerful stories is what gives us the abundance mindset. When you go inside the classroom to take this session, will you ensure that the kids believe they can rise to the top? Irrespective of the challenges or the limitations life has for them. Like the Jacob brothers. Can you make them believe they can rise to the top? In your life, in your work, in your profession, can you believe that you will rise to the top? If we can do this, then we have succeeded well. You go inside the classroom with this determination कि इनके दिमाग में ना बगावत कर दूंगा. Today, those kids who are going to be there on the screen looking at me and listening to me, their life will not be the same again. each one of the child who I have in my class, they will start believing, even if I am going through tragedy and difficult times, life is good. Take the session with this determination. When the ACs have a group meeting, the AC's work is to transfer this intense belief कि कुछ तो कमाल करेंगे. You needed to live a great life. Your family needs it because they deserve the best. The students in Keep Moving movement needs it so that our country can be taken to the top. And our country needs it because our country can give solutions to every issue which the world has. Now that is my belief. Do you think this session changes your life? Do you think this session has the power to change the life of children? Can you feel the same power that I am feeling, which is there inside this session? If yes, let's do some miracles together. Thank you so much in participating in Keep Moving movement year after year. A very warm welcome to all my friends who have joined Keep Moving movement for the first time. Thank you so much for all the people who play such an extraordinary important role in the background in making this happen. I truly believe I am one of the most blessed human beings on this planet, for I am able to witness this happening, and in times to come, in the books of history, somewhere there will be a mention of how a movement called Keep Moving movement was a turning point in the life of millions of youth. Help us to reach out to as many schools as possible. In your ecosystem, if you know of some school, reach out to them, get them enrolled for KMM. Let's be as ambitious about KMM as we have been about anything in our life. I am very, very confident, and I know many of us out there share the same confidence that I have. And by the time KMM ends, I would love to know your stories about what is the transformation you're seeing in your life because of Keep Moving movement. My email ID is naren@lifeschool.co.in. My phone number is 9422078598. Don't hesitate to reach out to me, and don't hesitate to share your life stories with me. Thank you so much. Love you all and have a great life ahead.